the crosstown rivalry in the Farah Cup Premiership, where the county's Manukau Heat will hope to weather the Auckland Storm. Both teams are 2 wins and 1 loss apiece and will be determined to get a win this evening to set the rest of their season on an upwards trajectory. Kia ora, talapalava, malolele, nisa pulavanaka, kia ora and welcome into Navigation's home stadium in Pukekohe, where we kick off our double-header to end the working week. I'm Taylor Johnson, sideline is former Auckland Storm rep Taylor Curtis, and joining me in co-commentary is former Blackburn captain Les Elder. And Les, this county's Manukau team is looking pretty hot.
They are. They've had a great opening season, but tēnā tātou e te whānau. And here on screen is our county's team. Mamea joins Captain Ngango and Te Iringa in the front row. An unchanged locking pair in Birch and Deodal, and then expect some strong running from Vanene Vaka and Sabritsky Napatali in the halves, with Thor and Thompson in the centres. But this back three, one of the most exciting back threes of this competition, with the return of Ruby Tui.
A very strong team for Counties Manukau, and the Auckland Storm team, while they were stuck in traffic, they got here eventually. You don't expect anything less here in Tamaki Makaurau, but they've named a formidable side with a front row that hasn't taken a step backwards this year. 100% scrum success. They've got Valiko, Nagata and Fisher, and then Blackwell and Bruce and all Black Fern second row pairing. And then look out for Liana Mikalitu at the back of the scrum. Puckett and DeMont have been formidable at 9 and 10, and that midfield pairing of Brunt and Nankiville has been outstanding. And the youngest in the team, 16-year-old Auckland Girls Grammar student Sorensen McGee, has been strong in the boot, and they are coached by Willie Walker. Well, let's head sideline now to Taylor Curtis for the all-important weather conditions.
Kia ora te whānau, Taylor and Les. Well, what a beautiful Friday afternoon it is for some rugby. We can smell the hot dogs and hot chips going, and it's nice and soft underfoot here, but there is a slight breeze going from left to right as you look at your screens, and as Auckland have won the toss, they've opted to use it in the first half, again running left to right. So plenty of talent across the park, and expect some exciting physical contests between these two sides.
Speaking about physical, that woman right there, Eloise Blackwell, surely has a whole lot of physicality. And the Auckland Storm, while they had a shock first up loss to the Hawke's Bay, 32-31, but then got 2 wins on the trot. They haven't won 3 in a row for a long time, in fact, since 2019. They've got a very young side, though, this Auckland Storm team, and one of them is the number 11, Angelica Mekameke Vahai, out of the Ponsonby Rugby Club, 18 years old. She has scored 5 tries this season. You can see her at the very back there running on to the pitch. Last on the field, but first, certainly when it comes to scoring tries in the competition. 418 metres made, 10 line breaks leading the competition out of the Ponsonby Phillies, who won the Coleman Shield, and she's an outstanding player, isn't she, Les?
She definitely is. She's really stepped up in the absence of some firepower who returned to the team last week. But exciting to see someone so young playing with such confidence.
Plenty of teenagers in this Auckland Storm team, as I mentioned. 16-year-old Sorensen McGee, still at Auckland Girls Grammar. And the county's Manukau team, while they come out onto their home turf after suffering their first loss to Waikato last week, but had 2 first-up wins. They currently sit 5th because it is a logjam in that premiership. But you can see the woman behind the captain, Grace Gungle, Ruby Tui. Welcome back to New Zealand rugby. She has obviously been playing in the Premiership Rugby Sevens in the USA, just playing her 15th game for Counties Manukau today, but she scored 13 tries in 14 games. Prolific try scorer. She's got 56 tries on the World 7 Series circuit. And Les, you've played plenty of footy with Ruby. What is she like as a person?
Oh, I mean, everyone knows what she can do on a rugby field, but what she brings to the off-field, to the culture, to the connection and the vibe of a team is like no other. She will bring a special energy to this team today, and I think that will give them a great boost of confidence.
Seen plenty of people here to support Ruby too. We saw a sign earlier that said, "Shine like a ruby and fly like a tui." There it is there. Fantastic. Really is probably the biggest name in rugby at the moment, isn't she, Les?
She sure is, and that has to be one of the best signs. I mean, that phrase, that catchphrase is going to stick.
She needs to trademark that one, that young girl who's here supporting Ruby. And special moment for Kiera O'Keefe, ball deliverer, 7 years old. Running on to the field without the ball because the ball's already on there, but she'll make the trip anyway and give Shante Toa a high five. How good. Still got her moment in the sun, young Carrot. And here is the match official for today, Scott McKenzie, and assisted by Liam Sargent and James Imlich.
Auckland ready?
Reminder too that these teams are playing for the Te Toki Maraikura Trophy. As Counties Manukau kick off from right to left here in the Farah Palmer Cup in week 5. And it'll be Auckland with first possession, and that young woman behind has the first carry of the game. Auckland looking to shift it into the midfield early, and it's a brilliant line run by Sylvia Brunt. She's in open space, trying to link up with support, can't get there. Great spot tackle made on her. They continue to go out to the right. Rohe Dement puts boot to ball, and then lovely offload in, contact to Kolose. Flirts with the touchline, in fact, put her foot there, and quick start.
Great start from the Storm there. You can see their early intent to get that ball out to strong runners like Sylvia Brunt, and she just made a great line break there with no one in front of her. Great open space.
Absolutely, and you can even see from the sideline she's assessing where the space is already and try to find link up with her Auckland Storm teammates.
Nagato, the Japanese international, throws it in. Successful steady line out for Auckland. It's been an issue for them at the moment as they come back to the short side through Fisher. Packet clears. Valiko. She has the second most carries out anyone, does Valiko. Such a dynamic front rower as Brunt with the big left hand fend makes a couple more meters. Always good getting in over that vantage line as Brunt.
No, out. Good job.
Trying to compete other heat. Good line speed as well from the Counties Manukau team.
No, you're not. Play on.
Turn the ball over as well, so good line speed resulting in a turnover for Counties, but equally Valiko is in over that ball. But ball is available for Vaka. Mamia in the midfield.
Got to roll.
And the first penalty goes to Counties Manukau.
Got to roll first.
Not very often do you see Sabritsky Nafatali get fended off, but Sylvia Brunt's definitely showing that earlier in the passage there. But look at this line speed from the Counties number 8, Joanna Fanene Lolo.
Hasn't found touch through Sabritsky. Nothing's going either side of the ruck, trying to find some space. Vahai tries to step around Tui, and that's a mouthwatering matchup this evening. Roos again, that line speed, this time from Ngango, the captain. They go down the short side once more, always trying to exploit some space, but Tui is there, dumps Vahai down. Again, this is brilliant phase play from Auckland, entering their 9th phase now. Fisher, pop pass to her front row pairing and Valiko. And then just picking no one in front of her. Liana Mikaele too spied some space. No one marking the ruck. Has she got there?
Double movement. Double.
Well, confident call as well, Les. Didn't want to consult with his assistants.
Interesting call. I thought she might have got there. I thought she'd actually reached out, but seems pretty confident in his call there. It made the decision, and there's a lifeline for Counties Manukau Heat.
This time, Sabritsky Nafatali is confident with her kick, but let's take a look at this, Les. Remember, you are allowed to land and then extend once. Let's see what she does.
He could be right there. It looks like she's had 2 attempts potentially at that reach. I'm not too sure, or has that crossed the line?
Nonetheless, we will play on, and Counties Manukau will try and run it out from their own half. And who else then? Sabritsky Nafatali finds Ngango hanging out on the wing. Vaka with the box kick, getting them out of trouble, and that's a nice exit from Counties Manukau. But Vahakolo, the new Blackfern with ball in hand, passes it along the back line. Vahai, well, she's had plenty of touches already. The young Vahai almost gets away from Tui. She clips her around the ankles, and it's in the hands of Thompson now. And this game is being played at a frenetic pace by both teams. Tui giving some tips to the referee. And it's a good contest from the Storm, but ball is still available. You can see it there. Lovely pictures from our camera crew. Ball is left behind by Counties. Again, just in 6s and 7s at the moment. Brilliant counter-rucking coming in from the Storm again, putting this Counties team under pressure. Te Iringa frees up the arm for the offload, and Rebecca Birch running on to the ball now, steaming ahead. Was Birch. She's knocked the ball on though in the process of getting the offload away. So this time it's Roos. And I'm loving seeing the second rowers in plenty of space this afternoon. As Michael Wanikalani Roos find some space, and they've turned the ball over again. Well, no one can seem to hold on to the ball long enough. Changing possession frequently. This time it's Counties Manukau. Sabritsky Nafatali plays half. Big collision between the loose head props. That was Mame and Valiko introducing themselves to each other. Options left and right. They come to the left-hand side. Staunch defence from the Storm. Vaka will pass it back to Sabritsky Nafatali to clear. Does a big up and under. There is Vahakolo. Pass it to Sorensen McGee. Vahai once more indecisive, passes it to Demand, and they get it back to the right hand side. Vahakolo tries to take on Te Iringa, and not rolling is the call. Take a breath. In fact, don't take a breath, they're going to go quickly.
Gotta roll east-west.
Take a breath now, and I think Counties will want that breath. They're showing that they're probably struggling a little bit with the speed of the game at the moment, especially on this kick chase. So there's opportunities there for the Storm to really counter-attack with intent, because often we've got forwards out on the edges of the field.
Yeah, you can see already the ball's still in play, Taylor.
And again, it's not finding touch, and Taylor will have to come back to you to see what the wind is like down there, because the kicks aren't being accurate at the moment from both sides. And so Demand, just surveying the options, decides to come to the right, is belted in a tackle. And ask if that was potentially late. Vahakolo to Fisher. Staying on her feet, eventually brought to ground.
Tackle release. Good job.
They get the ball out. Trying to find some space on the edge again. Good defence coming through. Very physical battle. And they've got numbers out on that left edge if they can just get it out there quickly. The Storm.
Off 12, good work.
They've come out to the right side now. Ruse again with another carry. She's been busy in the opening 8 minutes.
Too long.
Puckett again running on to the ball. Mikaele Tu'u. They continue down this right-hand side. Here's the hooker, Nagato. 5 metres away, the Auckland Storm. The continuity is brilliant at the moment. Valiko. Another quick ball at the back of the ruck. Puckett is in there providing the bridge, so having to play half as Mikaele Tu'u. They're inching closer, and it's a try awarded to the Auckland Storm. And they're rewarded for continuous phase play and lightning quick ball at the back of the ruck. And it's the Japanese international, Najiha Nagato.
Greatly spotted and said there, Taylor. Like the lightning's quick rucks, the direct, strong running from these Storm forwards is just allowing them to play on top of the Counties Heat defence.
Absolutely. Well, they've had a couple of breaks already, but they haven't been able to execute, so they'll be happy with that, getting 5 phases under the belt to be able to inch themselves further and reap the rewards. You can see the pace that they want to be playing at the moment. Every penalty that they've had, they've gone for the quick tap. Definitely earned themselves that one.
Well, Ruahei Demand is 7 points away from surpassing Tammy Wilson as the second all-time point scorer for Auckland, behind Emma Jensen, of course. She gets her first attempt at 3 today. Does Demand. And she's pushed it just out to the left. So 5-0 the Auckland Storm lead, and they really have been playing a very quick game, Les.
They sure have. You can see their intent today. They want to run this Counties Heat team across the park, keep the ball alive, keep the ball and play moving. And you can see already that it's taking its toll. This Counties Heat team are taking their time getting back for the restart.
And Taylor, what is the wind like down there? Because we've seen plenty of kicks go awry.
There's only slightly a bit of wind here, but I don't think it's having too much influence on the game, although we haven't seen those kicks go out into touch. But hopefully they'll want to execute that coming through, because they're getting themselves out of trouble doesn't help when you're not finding that sideline.
So Tongan International Tour gets us underway. Valiko, again, big collision between the forwards. No love lost between these two sides, I'll tell you that much, as they go quickly. Brunt. And they've turned the ball over. Well, ball security at ruck time. Hand and passing, you can see there, Vahai going for the intercept. Will be a talking point for sure for both camps at halftime. Sabritsky Nafatali with the fake to the left, Demand up on her quickly. And they've got the advantage. Fisher guilty of not rolling away fast enough.
Faster, yeah, faster.
Well, great opportunity for the Counties Heat to just reset a little bit, go strike off their set piece. It is their line out is one of their weapons of their game, and quite often do they score off their line out. But
well, Ruby Tui thought she was onto something there, but unfortunately, or fortunately, it's gone out. And so they will have that line out eventually.
Well, Les, you mentioned it. Counties' strong suit is their line out. They have 86% success from it. But they've also got so much success coming from the 22, working it within there. They've produced a lot of tries in this part of the field.
Ngango finds Birch. And then they give it in to the middle of the field, and it's messy, and hacking it away is Brunt. Tui there to tidy. Brilliant counter ruck coming in from the Storm too, but they've got a penalty advantage, someone losing their feet in the process, so they've lost a whole lot of metres, have the Counties Manukau Heat. They have to work hard from here. Vaka goes down the short side, putting in some footwork as Tiuto. And then Vaka kicks the ball herself, but they'll come back for the penalty.
they probably just need, Counties Heat need to get a bit of organisation in their shape at the moment. Often when Victoria Sabritsky Nafatali goes to look for someone to play off for, no one's there. So if they can just get a bit more structure in their play, it'll help them a heap in this game.
Great line speed there from Sylvia Brunt, though. The second five putting on a lot of pressure on that, because like you said, Les, they know that Victoria Sabritsky Nafatali is a weapon when she's got ball in hand and when she can get that clean, cohesive work going from her team.
Another accurate lineup for Counties Manukau, and as Les and Taylor have alluded to, it's one of their weapons. At the moment, the ball's just not finding the hands. The passes not as accurate as they usually are for the Heat. As Sabritsky Nafatali fights to stay on her feet, eventually brought to ground. Vaka finds Te Iringa. Goes to the left and then deciding to take a left foot step and go back to the short side, and there's some space here. Smart decision from Toa Ruby Tui, and some space, puts boot to board. It's caught on the full by the youngster Sorensen McGee. Ran straight into contact too, did Sorensen McGee. And trying to run it out from their own 22 Auckland. Pinned behind the advantage line that time. Puckett trying to organise the troops. Again, they'll take one more carry before looking for an exit. Oh, and she thought she had the turnover, did Joanna Whanene Lolo, but ruck had formed.
Seven's formed it.
Two line-outs now that have gone successfully, but the strike play off the line-out just hasn't really found hands, which you mentioned earlier. So two opportunities lost. And now the Storm get to exit out of their 22 to take the pressure off themselves.
Taylor Curtis, it's not a kick for touch if someone's not screaming not out.
No, that's very true. Well, Ruby's already tried to bring the ball in twice already. She wants to play. She wants to keep this game underway.
Yeah, thank you.
You can almost tell she's just itching at the feet, isn't she, Taylor?
Absolutely. Well, she said she's playing sevens over in America and she's watching FPC from there.
Oh, well into the thick of it is Ruby Tui. Not too long off an aeroplane and on to the field here at Navigation's home stadium.
Roll.
And the Auckland Storm win another penalty. And again, they go quickly. Les Alda said they want to go quick and try run Counties Manukau off their feet. And Vahai gets through a little bit of space and finds none other than Blackwell running off her shoulder. Good work rate from the second rower. Then they pass it, flat pass from Demant to Mikaele Tu'u. Puckett clears. Demant looked for the dummy, went herself and met by a thumping tackle. Huge physical battle happening in the tackle area. And Shonsei Tor affecting the tackle. Ngango.
Off feet.
Puckett. Flat pass to Brunt. Good clean coming in from Sorensen McGee. Fisher. And the continuity from the Storm team has been impressive. Good recycling of the ball.
Back. No, backwards.
Pass has gone backwards.
This second one's a knock on.
Great display of rugby from the Storm. You've got the likes of Demant, Mikaele Tu, Brunt, all connecting really well. We've got people running in motion, so there's always an option on attack to give an offload or someone running into space. It's a great display of rugby. But I think if they can just maintain continuity, be a bit patient in their attack, some of those spaces will open up for them.
Yeah, they wouldn't be running at that pace there. And they've got the nice lines, like you said, Les, but what they're not executing is their passes. They're falling behind them, so they've got the timing there. They just need to finish off and finish that pass, because it would definitely work in their favour if they do that.
Stand up. First scrum of the game, yeah.
Well, I mentioned earlier that the Auckland Storm have a 100% scrum success rate at the moment. And the Counties Manukau Heat are at 92.86%, which is fourth in the comp, so two very strong forward packs. And Les, you know a thing or two about scrums. What do you make of these two forward packs?
Two powerhouses in the FPC, these two forward packs, and you've got some great experience in there. Ngango, Ed Te Ringa versus the likes of Kawakalani Roos and Mikaele Tu. So there's two strong packs here. I'd like to see that woman there run off the back of the scrum here, Joanna Fanene Lolo. She's a strong runner.
Let it go over. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't forget, this is a double header here in Pukekohe. Coming up after this, and the Bunnings NPC, the Counties Manukau Steelers, will host the Hawke's Bay Magpies.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Big shunt coming in from Auckland, but they clear it quickly at the back through Fanene Lolo, and she spilt the ball forward in the process.
Knock on first.
She must have heard me. She's great off the back of a scrum. It would have, unfortunate to lose that ball, but she makes meters every time she carries off the back of that scrum.
Yeah, well, it came from the pressure from Sylvia Brunt at second 5 as well. She came in straight to the left shoulder over that ball, which popped it off from Fanene Lolo. Like you said, Les, she is a strong ball carrier, and Sylvia Brunt put right the shoulder, right on the ball.
It's a great platform to attack from as well, Taylor Curtis. We're forwards up here. Talk us through this backline positioning.
Well, they've got a beautiful blind side to work with on the right side. You've got Brunt as well as Caitlin Vahakolo, both lethal on this side. And I know Melanie Puckett personally, and she loves blindside run equally. You've got Ruahei Demont with the left side too, and you've got the winger, that we've been talking about all day, Miki Vahai.
What way do they go? It's blind, exactly like Taylor Curtis predicted, and then it's a brilliant drawn pass from Puckett. The footwork from Brunt, a high shot as well. Ball on Brunt. They continue going down the short side. It's surely going to open up for Auckland, and it does. We're going to go to the assistant referees. Let's see what they have to say.
So you've got to go ground, yeah, try.
Well, a slight grounding is a grounding, so it's a try to the Auckland Storm, and Les is off the back of a beautiful set piece.
Excellent, just like Taylor Curtis said, blindside strike off that scrum. Puckett, Michaela Tuta Puckett, who then drew in the defender, gave to Brunt. Merirangi Paul just braced herself, potentially a high shot there, and then Puckett pick and go off the back of that ruck to dot over the line. Great set piece strike.
Well, Melanie Puckett, she's definitely the one that sets the pace for this Auckland Storm team. An easy, strong ball carry from the halfback. But equally, she just held the defender up nicely. A draw and pass drew Victoria in, and Sylvia Brunt, well, she needed at least 3 defenders to take her down.
Speaking of Longi Ifoloto le mapu ata ai Sylvia Brunt, there she is, just receiving some attention. The 19-year-old, 7-test Blackburn, one of the youngest to ever win a World Cup.
Yeah, 100% loved it, yeah.
She'll be a huge loss to this team, Les, if she is to come off.
She will. She's up on her feet, so that's a good sign.
Well, at the moment, we can see it kind of looks like she's got a bleeding nose, so it might be a blood bin sub coming for Sylvia Brunt. There's a quick assessment here on the sideline.
Take a look at the injury here, and as we said, it was a high shot in real time, and she just copped a shoulder to the nose, so she'll go up the tunnel and receive some attention. And Taylor, who's gone on to the field?
Well, Natalia Moores has come onto the field in the number 23 jersey. Well, they're just going to come for the blood bin, but they're going to confirm whether or not there is a head knock involved. At the moment, it's just the blood bin for now.
Demand attempts to add the extras, unsuccessful. So 10 points to nil. Auckland lead counties, and they really are starting to show their dominance.
They are. I mean, they have played some great rugby, well drilled, great structure, but then they're also playing off the cuff with a bit of an offloading game as well. Their forwards are physical, direct running, and then great movement of the ball to the edges to attack. It's a great brand of rugby from the Storm.
Well, Natalia Moores comes on to the field as a blood bin replacement, and not a bad replacement too, the 2-test Blackburn. Back in the New Zealand rugby scene out of the Ponsonby Club. She'll be relishing in the opportunity again just to stake her name in New Zealand rugby circles. So Tor puts it high, makes it competitive for Ruby Tui. She's done that plenty of times on the 7 Series circuit. Loves chasing the high ball, knocking it back, puts her team in good position, and then, well, it was stripped eventually from Ngango, but it was knocked on then by the Auckland Storm, so they still have the ball, Les.
They have the ball. They have a scrum opportunity here to strike off. They'll want to be clinical in this to really get some gains off this, because they've been on defence for quite a bit of this game already. So this is a good opportunity for them.
And what's really impressive about this county side is every time they've got kickoff through the bird off Shante Toa is that they've been able to retain that ball back almost every time. So it's just showing how lethal kickoff time is and how accurate Toa's boot is.
Well, the captain for counties, Grace Ngango, is down receiving some attention. Let's take a look at the injury here, Les.
Oh, potential high. It might be a shoulder to the head there.
Well, Grace Ngango is the most accurate thrower in the competition, operating at 95%. That's some pretty impressive numbers for the 1-test Blackburn.
It sure is, and when you've got Rebecca Birch, who leads the competition for most line-outs won, that combination together provides for a great line-out option.
this Farah Palmer Cup has been so exciting, and Les, we've had the pleasure of calling so many of these wonderful games. And another game coming up too is the Counties Manukau Steelers taking on the Hawke's Bay Magpies.
Come on, ladies.
And a game you'll be heavily invested in. Les Elder, former captain of the Bay of Plenty Volcanics. They all play at the Wellington Pride at Tauranga Domain.
Sure am. That one there is crucial for both teams who are fighting to stay in the Premiership division. So that'll be a big battle tomorrow down at Tauranga Domain.
Five. Set.
So Ngango stays on the field, and then that's a good scrum from the Heat, putting Auckland Storm on the back foot, and an offload in contact from Counties Manukau, but it's still on their side, and Kolose with her first touch of the ball tries to get on the outside of Puckett, couldn't do so, and Ruby Tui pick and go, getting some space. Vaka goes one-on-one with Moores. Ball's available.
Down first.
Penalty to Counties Manukau. Ruby Tui wants to go quickly.
That was great acting by Ruby Tui to attack that blind side. She got great dividends out of that. Caught a couple of defenders napping there.
She just wants to get involved, doesn't she? Comes all the way from the right side. Wing and spot there all the way to the left.
They do go quickly as well, eventually trying to catch the Auckland Storm napping, but they were well alert to it. Stacey Brown with a pick and go. The long limbs of Rouge trying to get in there and impact, and this is good leg drive coming in from Counties. Vanessa Tioto, but held up.
Goal line, girls. Goal line.
There's some great work there by Counties Manukau. They're strong in the pick and go. That is an area of their game that they are very good at. And I expect that when we see them with a bit more ball, they will utilise that part of their game.
So Demant will get us restarted with a goal line dropout. Get some good distance on it as well, but finds the danger woman Ruby Tui. And then here comes the footwork of Merirangi Paul, another new Black Fern out of the Pac 4 series. And then again Vahai trying to get the intercept, but offside is the call, and she is so dangerous.
He was in the back line there, the Counties back line,
Number 11.
when she caught that ball. But no doubt we'll go. Oh, we're going to tap and go.
Always unpredictable, the Counties. The Manukau Heat, another high shot. This time on Mamea.
Good work.
They go back to the short side. Ngango brought to ground. Demant fighting for the ball. She has turned it over as well. Ruahei Demant going to try find exploit some space down this left-hand side for height. Throw into ground by Mamea. Blackwell plays half, pop back inside to Roos.
Lost. Yeah, good Rob.
Puckett spins it into the midfield, and then Demant chips it for herself, regathers, finds Puckett. Beautiful rugby being played from the Auckland Storm, and look who's up there, Sophie Fisher, the front rower. How about the work rate from Fisher?
Taken back.
And then having to tidy up with Zabritsky, Nafatali, and then there's no one there for Auckland. And only one person giving chase for the Heat, which is Cheyenne Thompson, the centre. Sorensen McGee finds Vahakoro. She pins her ears back, tucks the ball. Hit in a big tackle as well by Tioto. That one was high. Fisher, Demant, bobbling it up in the air is Roos. Again, big hit coming in from Fanene Lolo. And they're going to come all the way back to this side for the high shot. And the tackles are starting to creep up, aren't they?
They definitely are. When you've been under pressure and defending for majority of the game, things like that start to occur in your defensive system. But what we've seen is two physical teams going at it. We wouldn't expect anything less.
Have a chat.
What a good passage of play from Ruahei Demont. Beautiful weight of the ball as well, and a good bounce and option from Puckett. But like you said, Taylor, just Sophie Fisher being there, and what a hit. from Counties Manukau.
Yes, no, yeah.
But Caitlin Vahakolo, she's still up. The hit didn't mind her. She's a former leaguey.
That replay there actually showed she hit the ball and then it ricocheted up and hit Vahakolo in the head. So I would say that was a bit tough, Les.
Yeah, I think that was actually quite a good, not too bad a
time
tackle,
off.
that one. Here we see.
Blood's coming back on.
Yeah. Just got a bit of whiplash, I think, in the momentum of the tackle.
And
hold
Sylvia
on.
Brunt has been cleared from the blood bin and she takes the field, and Natalia Moores will have another seat
Time's
on
on.
the bench. Good to have Brunt out there.
Thanks for the update, Taylor. And it's stolen by Rebecca Birch. County's getting up to compete, and how about the collision? This has been such an epic
Inside.
battle between two very strong and physical teams.
Wingers on.
Sabritsky Nafatali finds a better angle.
Inside, no, inside.
We've seen already from Sabritsky Nafatali 4 runs, 5 tackles, like very involved in this game. But look at that steal there from Rebecca Birch. Like I said earlier, leading the lineouts, leading the stats for most lineouts taken.
Nakato in just her 4th FPC game finds her target a black one. Big hit coming in from Ngango, forcing the turnover of Mika Letu and
knock.
Taylor Curtis. What is the physicality battle like down there? Because I think we can feel them from up in the commentary box.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong about that one, Taylor. You can hear everyone wincing when they hear the sound of that impact. It was just unlucky with the short ball and out the back from Michaele Tu'u to the feet of Vahakolo.
Well, possession relatively even, but Auckland playing on the right end of the field with territory. Time in opposition 22. Obviously in favour of Auckland. And they've gone straight down, have Auckland, but they're going to continue. Messy scrum. Vaka finds Sabritsky Nafatali. She's going to have a run, and again, it's not connecting. And she's pleading that it's been knocked on from an Auckland player, and the trajectory of the ball would say that did happen. But play on is the call. And again, Nankiville met Shante Tor, Brunt, and Tui.
No.
Puckett.
Fire's not
Another hit coming in from Vaka. Demant tries to find
No, Vaj,
some
knock off.
space on the edge.
Nah, in the tackle.
Again, some great
Yeah,
passages
sure.
of
I'll come
play
over
there
the
and
side,
some great intent on defence, but bit of a trend for the Manukau, for the Counties Heat today is just not really executing their strikes. Ball, a lot of loose ball. They'll want to tidy that up because they're throwing away opportunities.
Go, ladies.
Let's go to our back expert, Taylor Curtis. What's going to happen here? They've got plenty of people promoted up there next to Ruahe Demant.
Yeah, they've got the backdoor
Fine.
options from Ruahe and Sylvia Brunt as well. And you can,
Set.
I can hear Dana Nankiville, the centre, give comms to Caitlin Vahakolo to stay wide.
Michaela Tu'u decides to run it off the back, finds Brunt, and look at the footwork and the power from the midfielder, and then she finds behind a skip-out pass, and it is going to be Vahakolo who will go in untouched, and that is another brilliant set-piece strike from the Auckland Storm.
Great set piece try, well calculated, very patient and great execution. The work though from the inside backs and Demant and Brunt, as we see here, Brunt just draws in defenders, ability to get her arms free, get that ball away to Demant, and the long ball to Vahakolo to dot down over the try line. That's a great backs try.
There's also a great support play from the Auckland Storm as well, just allowing Sylvia Brunt the time and space to use her footwork, and she drew in about 3 defenders from this county's side, so there was immediately an overlap out wide, and with the earlier comms to keep Caitlin Vahakolo nice and wide, she just had to really wait for the ball to come to her.
So Demant hasn't found any success off the tee thus far. Albeit difficult kicks from the sideline. She'll attempt one more from the right edge. And again, just pushes it out to the left-hand side. Remember that they've got another kicker in their team in the likes of Sophie Fisher. We might see her pick up the tee once more, but Les, as you said, a beautiful back strike.
It definitely is. I mean, the skill execution here, the run, catch, pass, the draw and pass, you can't get better than that. Auckland are playing with some great expansion, but also playing really well with their forwards running direct down the middle as well.
It's all happening here in Counties Manukau. Beautiful embankment as well for people to watch the game on, or do roly-polies. You pick. Tor puts it up and they allow the ball to bounce, Auckland, and they've made a mistake too.
No.
So they gifted the ball back to Counties Manukau, and they really need to make something work from this.
They do. Great strike opportunity here deep in the Auckland Storm half. Hopefully we see a strike that actually stays in ball in hand. They'll really want to execute this one.
They've brought in Ruby Tui slightly behind Victoria Sapritsky-Nafatali as well as an option. She can go inside. Shante To'oa as another lethal weapon there.
Coach. Punt. Set.
So Counties Manukau will look to fix their accuracy up. Sapritsky-Nafatali pop pass to Tor. Barbs off bucket. She comes back for a second go, and then Demant affects the tackle.
No out, tackler.
Making life difficult for Vaka. Oh, beautiful behind the back pass from Vaka. Razzle dazzle from the Counties Manukau Heat. But again, it's the basics really hurting this Heat team. And then off on the other end is Vaha Kolo. Tries to get on the outside of Kolose, clipped around the ankles. That is great desperation in defence from Kolose. A huge clean out coming in from Auckland as well. Brunt thumped in a tackle by Te Iringa. There'll be plenty of bodies on the physio table after this game, that's for sure. Demant puts it up high, goes almost directly sideways, bounces though for the Storm.
I think everyone wanted to see that foot race. You got the two Blues wingers in Vahakolo and Kolose chasing each other down, but it started off from this thunderous run and then the counter attack. But these two here, two of the speedsters of the Blues, and the desperation in that tackle to get Vahakolo down.
Ngago gets it clipped away by the Auckland Storm. So they're on the counter. Just pop passing it along, trying to find someone to go forward, and they will through Brunt. They'll continue down the right. Nagata gets it off to Vahakolo. Another chop tackle from Joanna Fanene Lolo. And this defense from Counties has been pretty outstanding. They just can't seem to string their attack together at the moment, but Auckland Storm, well, they're giving them a lesson on attack, that's for sure. Again, another hit. Well, Fanene Lolo's just enjoying lining everyone up today. Introducing your shoulders to everyone. Has Demant. Again, drives forward. She's lost it, though, and Stacey Brown, the veteran, with ball in hand. She strips it. Great work by the Salt Papakura representative.
Yeah, knock on here, ladies.
And it's a knock on, and it's been a very messy game from Counties Manukau.
Yeah, absolutely.
Messy but exciting, and with these big hits coming in, I mean, Fanene Lolo has chucked a few of those hits in today. She's been an outstanding, and she's playing up against her old teammate.
High turnover count as well, Taylor Curtis, on both teams, and the handling areas as well, considering the good conditions.
Yeah, there's just a lot of pressure and physicality coming from both sides. It's just the line speed from the Auckland Storm on Counties. It's disrupting all of their play. So plenty of handling areas there coming from both sides.
Strong scrum from both teams off the back as Manukau Letu'u runs into the ref. They play on. Puckett goes to the right. Brunt puts boot to ball. Kolose fields it and she gets away from Vahakolo, puts in the left foot step, tries to accelerate, but Vahakolo eventually comes back from behind. And then another pop pass on the inside for Counties. It's been a bit of a signature of their game tonight, as the 2 second rowers go head to head, and Birch and Roos.
No, lace hands off, good work.
Puckett puts in the boxy. They allow the ball to bounce to Counties. And Mererangi Paul, well, we've hardly said her name today, Mererangi Paul. She's knocked the ball on too. So Auckland Storm, another attacking opportunity here. Bryant puts the boot to ball again, and Birch gets it to the face. Zabriskie Nafatali kicks it away, and it's so messy, but she finds Ruby Tui. Can she clean it up? Ducks under the tackle. There's that big emphatic step. And then look at the facials from Ruby Tui as well. So exciting to watch. You can hear Zabriskie Nafatali yelling at her team just to carry so they can sort their backline out. Diving on the ball though is Puckett. And again, it is so messy from Counties. It's back on their side. I think everyone's confused on the field as well, because possession is changing left, right and centre. Got players all over the show. Eventually, they straighten. Liz Elder next to me is wincing because these hits are very big here in Pukekohe. You can tell they all play with each other and know each other well. As they go out to the left edge, Bahai in some space, and you can see why she has the most clean breaks out of anyone in the competition. A swerve of the hips, the footwork, and the 18-year-old will score her 6th try of the season.
If you didn't know that name, now you do. Vahai, remember that name. That was individual brilliance from that young lady there, of some pretty messy back and forth, unstructured, unorthodox rugby. Great work to just look up and attack space, back her speed to dot down under the sticks.
Well, you could see when she was running back off the counter attack, she was assessing exactly where the space is, and that's exactly what she did. She had 10 line breaks prior to this match and just been waiting to light her up all game.
"18 defenders beaten heading into this game, 10 line breaks, hat trick last week, 418 metres. My goodness, she is a talent. Demand is successful with the kick, so it is half-time here in Pukekohe, and a very physical battle, but it is the Auckland Storm with complete dominance in the first half, 22 points to 0, leading Counties Manukau. Welcome back to Counties Manukau Navigation Home Stadium, where it is the Auckland Storm dominating the Counties Manukau heat. Let's take a listen to what's happening in the camps first. Hazel Tubic from Counties Manukau and Anna Richards from the Auckland Storm.
Well, Hazel, we've got to ask, how do you feel about that first half?
Yeah, would like to wipe that first half away if we could, actually. We did not play to what we had gone out and planned to. We didn't hold on to the ball at all and just got nothing going. So, yeah, we've got to turn it around.
And what has been that message at halftime?
Yeah, well, the girls got a blasting, and I think it's like we're not out of this game. Like, even though we didn't play at all in that first half, we're still in this game. So we just need to get the ball, get some set piece working, but build some momentum, build the phases, and points will come. We just got to take our time.
And being a kicker yourself, you guys haven't had the ability to get that ball to touch or even being in the right side of the field. Your thoughts on that, your message?
Yeah, that was a message there that we needed to get the ball down. There's a lot of space there, so hopefully we'll look to plug the corners a bit more and get some territory in this half.
Hopefully we can see that in the second half. All the best.
Thank you.
Well, Anna, dominant performance in the first half. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, we wanted to play an up-tempo game and move. They've got a pretty big pack, so we want to move them around. And I think the girls have been executing really well. And ruck's a little bit of a mess, but you've got to be happy with 4 tries.
And they've got a really strong lineup, but you've seemed to disrupt that completely. Is that what you wanted to work on coming to this one?
You always want to disrupt everything. So, yeah, happy. We've got Ella and Maya, and we've got some good crew in the line-out. So I think we just want to build on that momentum again in the second half, foot on the throat, that sort of stuff, eh?
Well, can't wait to see it in the second half.
Okay, thank you.
How lovely are really honest interviews. Hazel Tubic, yeah, the girls got a blasting. We didn't play at all. All that kind of stuff. Absolutely brilliant, and so good to have 2 women who have given so much to each province as well. Hazel Tubic as well, counties, and then Anna Richards for the Auckland Storm, Liz.
100%, both of them legends of their provinces, proud Auckland Storm and Counties Manukau Heat players, stalwarts of the game. But also Hazel Tubic, I'm excited to see what she does in the coaching space. She seems like such a natural there, but she's got a great rugby brain on her.
Oh, quickly go. Yeah, quickly. Mouth guard.
Well, Grace Ngango has forgotten her mouth guard and has pleaded with the ref, can I please run to the sideline and get it? So, in fact, she's going to run all the way up the tunnel and get it. So we might have a delay in kickoff.
And anyone that's played at Navigation Homes, that is quite a steep ramp back up to the changing rooms.
Yeah, right or left?
Here she goes.
Yeah, right.
Well, that was the quickest run I've seen from a hook up and down that tunnel, because this tunnel here is very long. So well done, Grace Ngango. But also racking up the metres on the old GPS, isn't she?
Yeah, report that back into the Blackfern coaches. They'll be happy.
So Demant gets us underway in the second half. And will that bollocking that Counties Manukau got in the changing room make a difference here in the next 40? Let's soon find out. Strong carry.
Oh, fake. Good release. No hands now.
And it really has been a physical game too. Would not be surprised if there was a lot of physio attention being received at the half, as Sabritsky Nafatali puts it up. Didn't put enough juice on it though, so it finds Vahai as opposed to Tui. Tui steals it though. Such class from the international. Into the midfield through Mamia. Plenty of numbers there from Counties. They give it back to Sabritsky Nafatali, and this is what Tubic said. She said, we need to stop kicking the ball and actually play with it. So they've given the opportunity to Sorensen McGee. A cut back on the inside, and brilliant footwork, none other than Sylvia Brunt. She is having a blinder of a game. Don't forget too, she spent some time off with a blood bin and still has some impressive stats in the game. As they find the edge, Vahakolo with a big fend to Kolosi. And they'll certainly have words at their next Super Rugby Opiki team training. Fisher to Valiko. Sabritsky Nafatali asking her team to chop lower and not allow players to get past. And again, going quickly as Puckett. It's been a signature of this Auckland Storm team. Brunt running onto it. Her fitness levels are insane. Sylvia Brunt, here comes a hit coming in from Counties, and you can sense that the Auckland Storm player felt that hit coming and just threw a wayward pass. And an accidental offside there. So it will be a scrum to Counties Manukau, and Les, the pace has kept up from the first half.
It definitely has. I thought that Counties came out with a bit more fire. That blasting at halftime must have worked, but the Storm have just hit back, and none other than through their number 12, Sylvia Brunt. She just, every time she gets the ball, just breaking tackles. She's causing headaches today.
Little interchange there, and Brunt, well, we saw her in the first half get a knock to the nose, but doesn't seem to be slowing her down anytime soon.
It's a brilliant product of Mount Albert Grammar School. Always have to throw that in there.
Bind. Set.
Made her first class debut as a schoolgirl. Hard to believe she's only 19 years old as Whanene Lolo off the back. And just not running off her shoulders what they need to do. Ruby Tui, look at the skill set. She spotted a gap, put boot to ball, regathers as well. But again, there's no one there in support. Eventually it arrives through Stacey Brown. Birch is forced to carry because the cavalry is not arriving on time. Eventually they get there to Edinga. Blackwell slow to get up as well. Sabritsky Nafatali running sideways at the moment. Tor straightening up, gets the pass away back to Sabritsky Nafatali. Better stuff from Counties Manukau. Colossi with the footwork. And that is why she is a Super Rugby Okiki superstar, because she's got brilliant footwork and pace off the mark.
But it all started from that number 14, Ruby Tui, the individual brilliance to be able to chip and chase, something we've seen all through the World Cup last year. I mean, it started right here, and here we can see the work she does just to hold up the ball for her support to get there, who were a bit slow, but eventually just some great catch pass there, distribution from Sabritsky Nafatali to Toa, back to Nafatali, and then to Colossi, who applied some great footwork to dot over. Great try there.
It was also great game awareness from the counties to be able to shift the ball back to the left side where Auckland was struggling with the numbers, and just to keep the ball in play. It's really hard to defend when you've got numbers on their feet like that. And Jamie Colossi, beautiful left foot step from her fifth try in 4 games. Wow. She's only 9th in this entire comp with the metres that she covers, but she's got plenty of pace, and she's definitely a weapon on the other side.
As Taylor Curtis says, 33 carries in 3 games. The only winger in the top 10 in carries. She is such a workhorse, Colossi. And Metarangi Paul with the kick. From the sideline too. Just shaves the face of the uprights. Good attempt, but how good was this try, Les? Finally, what we know counties are capable of.
Yeah, when they keep the ball alive, when they get it to space like that, I mean, they've got probably, arguably, the best back 3 in the competition. So you don't want to starve them a ball. You want to get that into their hands to give those girls some space to attack.
Yeah.
They're just waiting for Leana Mikeletu'u and Angelica Mikevahai just tying their shoes here.
Time's on. Time's on, yeah.
Friendliest ref I've seen, letting people have time off to get their mouth guards and tie your shoelaces. Certainly begin. Go on the attack. They'll have there she goes down the short side, ball in 2 hands, always deceptive for high. Chopped low, that's the kind of tackle the counties need to make on her. Fisher, brought to ground. Again, they just try and shift that ball wide. Still going the Auckland Storm. Brunt, again, just such big tackles being made. Physical game, all right. And stolen, Rebecca Birch. Sabritsky Nafatali again. She's put up so many kicks today. This one is going to bounce in favour of the Storm. Colossi is there, and they've got the penalty too, and it's Vahakolo side entry.
Bit of a lifeline for the Heat there. They probably would have just to let them reset and regather, but a lifeline, as I said, and they get the opportunity to kick it down and execute their great line out.
Well, the interesting thing about this county's Manukau side is they're always lethal when they come out after the halftime chat. And the strongest start for them is this part of the field. And we've got Mama Vaipulo coming on to the field, taking off Elizabeth Moimoy.
She's going up this side.
Elizabeth Moimoi has 6 turnovers won and 62 metres in contact.
Auckland down. Time's off. We're a sub. Time off.
And off camera, Ruby Tui is having a boogie with all this music that's been played at the stadium. And I tell you what, the DJ here is on fire. No doubt Ruby Tui is giving everyone a show with and without the ball. And again, the disconnection is happening in this back line, but they've still got ball.
Where are those balls coming? We've gone back. We've gone back.
Tor puts across the crossfield kick. Footwork being shown there by Sorensen McGee. Ball still there, gets it away to Demand. Roos running high, brought down. Demand puts a contestable up. They've allowed it to bounce, and Sylvia Brunt, oh, she couldn't collect it, just knocked it on. So under advantage, Counties. They go down the blind side. Kolose, one-on-one, runs in between 2 defenders. That first receiver is Tor. Heavy contact with Te Ringa and Roos, but she spins out of it, does Te Ringa. Passing the ball away, Zabritsky Nafatali. Running laterally was Paul. Finds Fanene Lolo on Vahai. Runs over the top of her. Ball is available, pick and go, but she's isolated. Counties Manukau, guilty of being individuals. Fired the pass, Ruby Tui into Letitia Vaka, did well to field it. Antonio, the Manusina international, takes it forward. And then a skip-out pass to Kolose, this time taken by Vahakolo. It's been a great battle between those two on the wing, as well as between Vahai and Tui. Real display of speed and skill on both edges this evening. And this is the most phases we have seen Counties Manukau string together this entire game. Into the 9th phase, skip-out pass by Nene Lolo. Again, we'll go one-on-one with Vahai. She's gone high. Fanene Lolo still going. Thunderous run from the number 8. 10 phases now for Counties Manukau. Standing wide as well was Sabritsky Nafatali. Heavy contact once more. Veliko this time employing her left shoulder. Ball is slow to come out. They go down the short side. Ngango, and then they get the pass away to Merirangi. Paul footwork reaches out. And inserting herself into this game is Merirangi Paul, the 2-test Blackburn. Already got 4 tries for the Blackburns in 2 games, and here she goes scoring a try here.
And we've got a game on our hands now. But look, what we've seen is what the Counties Manukau Heat are capable of when they hold on to the ball. This woman on screen here, very hard to put down. One of the strongest runners in the game at the moment. Pure force, aggression and physicality. And then we just have the ability to keep the ball alive. Offload there from Ngango to Paul. Desperation reach out, dots over. Great try.
But you've got a number of these players from counties standing up, don't you? You've got Fanene Lolo that's had a couple of runs already on this blind side. Putting Vahai under a lot of pressure, which allows Ruby Tui to have all the freedom and time with the ball as well. Now, counties will be happy with that. 11 phases to be able to put that together and put a lot of defensive pressure on Auckland.
Fanene Lolo, she's featured in Blackfern's camps over the years. She actually played for the Auckland Storm, was the replacement 8 when Linda Itonu retired. And you had one strong 8 replaced by another just as strong. But awesome to see her growth in the game with the Counties Heat.
Another look at that try, and it was just running off the shoulders. What they'd lacked in that first half is just having that support person there, and eventually they've tidied things up. So as Hazel Tubik said, the girls got a blasting, and it seems like it worked.
Yeah.
I think if you know these counties ladies, there's only one way that they talk, and that's face to face, very direct. They don't sugarcoat their words. So I can imagine what was said in their sheds at half-time.
Well, someone who was part of this Farah Palmer team a couple years ago. Yes, you are absolutely right, Les. No mincing of the words in the county's Manukau sheds, that's for sure. As Sabritsky Nafatali finds the touchline, and this is really the first attacking opportunity the Storm have had in the second half.
It is. Their defence has been tested already in the second half. I probably just want to make mention of how critical Sabritsky Nafatali is going to be in this second half for the Heat to just control the game.
Well, Ngango, well, they get the ball back, don't they? And it's Sabritsky Nafatali with ball in hand. Ngango there. She's been strong. Again, they go out wide and they stand so far apart due to the county's Manukau Heat. Their skill set allows them to, and they're getting good width. But again, they pass the ball back. This time, Sabritsky Nafatali puts it up and under. Brilliant catch by the 16-year-old. And Sorensen McGee. Strong run there once more. Puckett is there. This entire game has been played with such a frenetic pace.
It has. I mean, the forwards will be loving this breath time at the moment just to catch themselves, have a minute, but it's just been back and forth. It's been continuous, intense.
30 seconds. Time off.
Here are the live standings at the moment. So Counties Manukau still in 5th, Auckland in 2nd. If the game was to end now and they'd pick up another win, it's really anyone's game at the moment. It's so hotly contested in that premiership.
And how good is it seeing Hawke's Bay feature highly in the tables there, sitting at 4th?
Well, we've been talking about her all game, and what a highlights package she has gathered just in the first half, Les.
And she's a player that every time she just takes the field, it's like she gets better and better, more confident in her game. But she's got everything. Footwork, power, she's strong on defence, her gain line carries. She's a special talent.
She's got 15 carries and the next highest is 9. And remember, she was off the field for 10 minutes getting her nose fixed up from a blood bin. And don't forget as well, in New Zealand, FMG Stadium, Waikato, get some tickets to that game. And if you can't, watch it live and exclusive on Sky. Scan that QR code, you get some tickets. And then Kirikiriroa, beautiful city, isn't it, Les?
6 years I lived there. Are you going to that game, Taylor?
I sure am. I'll be calling that one. It'll be a good one. And then as well, so much rugby on. How good. The Bunnings NPC. The second round kicks off tonight. Counties Manukau Steelers will play Hawke's Bay. Hawke's Bay got a win. Counties Manukau, while they went down to Taranaki, they'll be looking to get their first win. And must be something interesting happening on those phones, Les.
Hopefully they're all scanning the code to watch the Black Ferns game.
Great answer there. That's exactly what they're doing.
Go, ladies.
Getting tickets to the Black Ferns game. And there'll be plenty of these women on the field playing in that one.
Coach! Bind! Set!
Strong scrum coming in from Auckland, but Counties clear. And again, we've seen this so many times. Sabritsky Nafatali just kicking the ball. Bounces fortuitous for the Heat. Bounces awkwardly there for Vahai, but it's still with Storm. Vahakolo decides to change directions. Tor goes high. Still going is Vahakolo. They continue down that right edge, and Demant just pins the ears back, times the pass brilliantly, drawing pass, trying to find someone as Puckett, and she finds the long-ranging arms of Eloise Blackwell.
Tackle.
And they'll come all the way back for the high tackle against Shante Tor.
They're threatening down the edge there, the Auckland Storm, and Ruahei Demont, just her ability to look up and see space. She just creates time when she has the ball. Very calm on attack. The two halves there connecting really well, her and Puckett.
Yep. Time off. 8 sub. 8 number 8. Yep.
Well, at the moment, Counties, Manukau have made their first sub. Joanna Fanena Lolo has taken a seat on the bench.
Just hold them,
Well,
James.
Paris Mataroa is coming on a number 20 jersey, but how good has Fanena Lolo been today? Oh, she's been exceptional off the back of that scrum. See what Mataroa can do.
Absolutely, an interesting decision to take Fanene Lolo off. She really has given the team some go forward, but Mataroa equally as strong. And great sack coming in from Counties Manukau, Haruno Te Ringa. And she knows a few things about lineouts, having usually been at lock.
So true, Taylor. She has transitioned from the back row. She plays at lock as well, and now she's in the front row. So she knows what to do when it comes to these lineouts. Great work there from Te Ringa. Got her team an opportunity.
Also the work from Anastasia Mamia as well to get over the ball. She held on the left side of that line out and waited for it to collapse to get straight over it, and that's what rewarded them that steal.
Yeah, Anastasia Mamia has been an unsung hero in this team. She's been working hard on attack and defence, and we talk about the Black Ferns on the field. I mean, there's 3 Manusina internationals, 1 Tongan international too, so plenty of talent across all these different nations. A Japanese international as well as that with Nagata.
Auckland, don't creep.
What a premier competition the Farah Palmer Cup is, Les.
Auckland down.
It is, and I
Auckland
mean,
down.
who knows? Will
Down.
we see a few more FPC players
Let's go.
given the honour of representing the Black Ferns? They will be. The coaches will be scouting this FPC for the upcoming Test match, no doubt.
Balls in the hands of Counties and Manukau, and they're on the charge. Slow to arrive are the arriving players. Sabritsky and Afatali again kicking that ball away. Giving Vahakolo license to run. She gets a wraparound play, and here's a wide ranging pass read by Ruby Tui. Well, you can spot it from a mile away. They're in the right end of the field, Counties, Manukau. Trying to get their line speed up. They find Demand, who looks to clear. It's been taken back, so she can't find touch. Here goes Meridangi Paul on the charge, finds some space. Sylvia Brunt affects the tackle. Pick and go from Sabritsky Nafatali. Vaka, look at that, 24 missed tackles from Counties Manukau, 14 from Auckland.
Fine through the middle.
Getting in over the ball as well as Vahakolo. She went straight through the middle, turned it over. In fact, it's come back on the side of Counties. So some skullduggery being done in that ruck area, no doubt, from Counties. It's a clean turnover. Picking and going is Te Ringa. Stacey Brown with the pick. And the forwards, they're going to muscle up. Go one-on-one. Ngango, she's got strong leg drive. Fisher was there. Birkin support. Ball was out, tidying up is Mamia.
Hands off.
Ball still available. 7th phase now for Counties Manukau. They go to the edge. Big hit coming in. Liana Mikaele Tu'u with the right shoulder. She'll be feeling that one for a few days as they still continue though. Counties Manukau. Oh, the first half it was Counties with the big hits, and all of a sudden Auckland Storm finding some mongrel in them. This is exciting stuff. And they win the turnover, and that is some outstanding defence.
On her feet.
It feels like Counties probably went wide a bit early. I think they were getting great momentum in their pick and go, and as soon as they went wider, they actually found themselves quite isolated. But we see a big hit there from Mikaele Tu'u, which just allows her team to get their defence line set to continue to put pressure on.
Well, you could hear the Counties bench here. They were yelling just to set it up. They were telling them exactly what you were thinking there, Les, just to take it up and set it, those pods, because it definitely was working for them in the engine room.
Time off.
And on the sideline as well, I can
10
see
and 12.
the
10
Hawke's
and
Bay
12.
Magpies players,
10
they all winced as
and
well
12.
when they saw that hit from Liana Mikale-Tu'u, because they know what the Mikale-Tu'u shoulders are like, with her brother obviously playing in the team, Marino. But some substitutions, Taylor.
Yeah, we've got Emily Kitson coming on as well as Toko Torua. Kotorua. She's gone into the midfield there.
Well, I would assume that Shante Tor has gone into that 10 position. And here comes a big winding run from Mikale-Tu'u.
Fine, committed.
Blackfern International 14 tests at 21 years old. Another Blackfern taking it forward, a new one in Vahakolo. Line speed, good work from Te Iringa. Chop tackle from Arakua. Fresh on the field, Toru Arakua. This has certainly been an entertaining game. Forward pass, yes, forward. You heard everyone on the field let the ref know. And so this gives Counties Manukau another opportunity. Still 18 minutes in the game.
It sure does. Here's the run here from Liana Mikale-Tu'u. And I think that's Paris Mataroa on the end of that. Felt that one. But I mean, like you said earlier, her inspiration are her brothers, her older brothers.
Straight out of Letanga Li'i in Singamonga, Samoa. Thunderous run from Liana Mikale-Tu'u.
Counties, Captain Hooker, Grace Ngango just getting a little bit of attention there. Well, she's got her knee strap, but it looks like, well, it could be just giving her a little bit of grief there.
Yeah, all good.
There's that time in opposition, 22. Counties Manukau almost even, but they've got 12 less points than Auckland. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, when you're entering into the opposition 22, you do want to capitalise off that. But just looking at that stat there, metres gained. I mean, Auckland Storm, when they get the ball, they break the line. Turnovers conceded there, 18. So that's a big number for them.
Also goes to show they've got 18 turnovers, and Counties Manukau haven't really capitalised on any of them.
No, they haven't. Their counter-attack today has probably not been where it usually is. And I mean, like we said, they've got one of the strongest back threes in this competition. But we just haven't really seen them connect or get the opportunity to. Ruby Tui's injected herself into the game. It's like she's never left. But to see those back three connect together would be good for this team.
They've also changed their first and second five options there as well. Kotorua at first five and Emily Kitson at second. And Merirangi Paul is directly standing behind Kotorua as an option to go right or left.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Options left and right with a midfield scrum. They go to the right side, in fact to the left. A bit of a change up, then they've got an overlap automatically. But it's a good hit coming in defence from Vahakolo. They continue down that short side, trying to manipulate some space. Birch. Baka clears, and it's Arakua. Again, they kick the ball away, and that's exactly what Hazel Tubik asked them not to do. Brunt,
No, off, mate.
her 100th carry of the game, Sylvia Brunt. Mikael, no, sorry, that's Vaipulu.
No, on the body, not the ball. No,
Fisher. can love hearing the banter between the players and the ref as well through the mic. But not going to talk their way out of that penalty.
Got to roll first and you're on the ground playing it. They're on the ground.
Ngango having a challenge there. Any good captain will do. Putting up her fight and allowing time for her team to breathe. Smart play there by Ngango.
We are, yeah. It's worth the try, isn't it? Yeah.
Quite clearly playing the ball on the ground there. Haranot tearing it. We were locking partners together in Northland, and she definitely likes to get away with what she can. Fantastic player though is tearing it, finding her home in the front row. Here's Auckland continue, and they've just bobbled the ball forward there. Couldn't quite execute that strike move from the back of the line out.
One thing that Counties Manukau will want to tidy up is their kicks, because at the moment a lot of their kicks are staying in play, which doesn't allow them that time to reset, and because they're probably lacking in a good kick chase, it means it's just continuous play for them, which is quite tough on their forwards.
Number 9.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Les. Well, you'd think coming into this game that they would use the boot of Zabritsky, Nafatali, and then their line out because of the percentage and how strong it is, but it's just been disrupted all day.
Yeah, okay.
The ball not finding touch as well as the line out being executed. So Auckland have put a lot of pressure on there. Why would you kick it to their back three when they've been lethal there too? Well, 21 is on Azania Watene.
Nice big scrum, nice and tight. Okay, let's go. Okay. Walk over there, let's go. No! Let's go. Listen for me. Come in with you, Gracie.
Crutch.
It's lovely having the referees mic'd up, because you can hear the real chat happening in the scrum. And you can hear the pushing, and it's come out of the same tunnel, but they'll play on. Usually a reset, and here we go.
Varnish, knock on.
Oh, knocked on by counters. I thought Mataroa had knocked it back towards her team, and then Vahai, well, she's been quiet in the second half.
Advantage over.
Has been starved of ball. Puckett gives to Demand. Trying to find some space again was Demand. And then the fresh legs.
Yeah, on now.
And running on to the ball of Sorensen McGee. Watene makes the tackle. Puckett with the box kick. Kitson. Colosi now with the ball. Oh, Demand seems to have her hands in over that ball. Yes, she does. You can see it perfectly there too.
It's an area of Demant's game that she probably doesn't get enough credit for, but she's great over the ball. She turns over a lot of ball, and it just creates a full package. And the best rugby player in the world at the moment, our World Rugby Player of the Year in 2022. She's a great attacking first five, but some things we don't see is her ability to turn over ball at the ruck.
Tom off. 9 and 3 blue.
Just came from a great tackle from Vahakola, right in front of her, landing in front of Demont. Great body position.
And
well, Auckland, they've made a couple of changes. They bring Aldora Itunu on for Sophie Fisher, and Melanie Puckett takes a seat on the bench, and France Bloomfield is on as halfback. And I just overheard Anna Richards giving Bloomfield some advice just to slow it down and control the game, and that's exactly what you want from your 9. No pressure.
Tom's on.
Well, France Bloomfield also plenty of experience, a Manusina international. And then speaking of experience, Aldora Itunu, 24 Test Blackfern. So what a luxury to bring internationals off the bench. And Auckland, here goes Leana Mekele too. Another international. Demand Gets it to Brunt. Brunt with the fake and the acceleration. Sylvia Brunt with the assist as well to Vahai. And she's got a step. Ruby Tui. You don't see that very often. And Vahai picks up a second.
And the class of Ruby Tui to pat that young Vahai on the back after she just gave her the in and out to drop down over the line. I'm sure she will be happy being able to add that to her resume. A bit of a stepping, one of the greats of the game.
What a great awareness from Sylvia Brunt as well. She saw Kitson, she flew up on D, so she penetrated the space there and found the winger Vahai outside on the left side, and spoke to Anna Richards off screen as well, and she said that Angelica Miki Vahai said she was nervous that she was going up against Ruby Tui. She's one of the greats, and then she had to remind her, well, how many tries have you scored this year? And before this game it was 5. Oh, she can add another 2 to that.
And I want to shout out to Ruby Tui as well, because as soon as Vahai scored that, she patted her on the back, said, what a try, and helped her back up. Just a class act as Tui. And Taylor, you'll know as a winger, when you're tracking across and you get caught flat-footed, that's pretty hard to do.
Yeah, you've got to give it to them. All that footwork, and Vahai's got plenty of that.
Bouncing off the post for Rohe Demet, and it has not been a night for the kickers here in Counties Manukau. But what a try, and again set up by Sylvia Brunt, and we've got some Fiao'ofa'amausili points to give away at the end of this game, and it'll be remiss of us not to include Brunt and Vahai in those.
Absolutely outstanding from both of those two youngsters, and that's probably one thing we forget is Sylvia Brunt is a youngster, only at 19 years old.
Can you believe it? As the Auckland Storm, well, they've stretched their lead to 17, just over 9 minutes to go. And towering through is Roos, and then quick hands, hot potato from Michaela Tu. Again, another pass away. Brunt still with the ball to Matt. Lovely running rugby from Auckland, France. Bloomfield puts the kick in, and it's beautiful vision. Is Vahai going to get a hat-trick? Cut it out. Yes, she is. She got a hat-trick last week, and she gets another one today. And she is having a stellar breakout season.
Shut the gate. That was an amazing try with this young woman, but started here. Great carry by Maya Kawakalani-Roos to Liana Makaele too, and then just the transfer, the ball transfer here. This lady here carrying into contact, post-contact meters will be out the roof, and then that little chip kick through there. The decision making, the awareness to be able to see the space in behind Ruby Tui and dart that through for the youngster Vahai. Well, great try.
That was outstanding, and it was the weight and the bounce of the ball as well to Vahai's hands. But Auckland, they had 5 on 3 defenders of Counties, put them under all sorts of chaos, but it was also the strong, clean and carry that was able for them to recycle it, and then beautiful option from Bloomfield that comes straight off the bench and puts in a nice little chip kick like that. That was outstanding.
And Taylor Curtis, you said that Anna Richards, asked France just for some structure and some calm, and I think, the ability to think on the spot like that with 4 defenders in your face and to see that space, that's brilliant work and what you want from your bench. Unable to convert, but again, look at that kick from France Bloomfield, the Samoan international, but Vahai, even the hands as well, Les.
I mean, how blessed are we at the moment in New Zealand rugby with our outside backs? These youngsters coming through there with the ability to kick, to run, catch, pass.
And Taylor Curtis, it looks like Auckland have cleared their bench with such an extensive lead now.
Absolutely, they've brought on Alakoka, Po'oi, Danielle, Fetolai, Gillian, Fa'aumu, and then they've all been given the right to come on and see what they can do.
So, like Taylor Curtis said, those replacements have 7 minutes to show what they can do. And talk about showing what you can do. Tule Fale interjects herself into this game, says Anna Richards, pick me to start next game. As Demant puts the kick through, but it's ricocheted off a Counties player, but still in their hands. Another big run, Adori Tunu this time. Well, the front rowers are going to work. You love to see it. Great hands from Michaela too, and it's opened up space. If they can get the pass out, they do. Nankiville. Ball in hand. There goes Vessel Light, the 16-year-old out of Mount Albert Grammar. So many teenagers and youngsters in this Auckland team, as well as the experience with people like Blackwell and Tunu. With the beautiful hands there from Itunu. For high footwork again. She's just having a dance party with Ruby Tui, showing her hot steps. Into the midfield, the Auckland Storm. Competing at Counties. On her, I was going to say on her knees, but she's got the turnover and it's Tēringa.
For a team that has struggled to hold on to position, that have been on defence for a lot of this game, that lady right there on screen has gone to work for her team today. And you can see the energy and the passion that she's demonstrating on screen. You won't see her go down without a fight.
Well, that kick has gone backwards from Counties. But take a look at this from Tēringa.
Auckland down.
Tēringa, a proud product of the far north, but plying her trade at Counties. As Lulu Liuta is on to the field. Another Samoan international. There's plenty of international rugby players on the park. And you really need to be following the Farah Palmer Cup because there's some exciting footy being played and some really talented players. Speaking of talent, that Vaipulu turnover was outstanding.
Yeah, advantage. Just a penalty only.
Bloomfield trying to find some space and munched in the tackle there was Faumu. 17-year-old. Turns 18 this month as they get the pass out again. Good hands, Vahakolo. Cheyenne Thompson takes care of her. Bloomfield passes to Demant. Putting their head down as Itunu and Tēringa meets her, and my goodness, what a physical game we have seen. Still 4 minutes left in it though, and there's some space here for the youngster, Sorensen McGee. Outstanding, loving to see the confidence that these teenagers are playing with for the Auckland Storm.
That's it. I mean, I'm sitting up here, old girl I am, and it just makes me so happy seeing these young girls play with such freedom and flair. Big collision here by Itunu and Tēringa, two big powerhouses for their teams. But then just the distribution from Demant out to her. Back three there. Great try.
Three in a bit.
Good to see Braxton, Sorensen McGee give rugby union a go as well, especially at this level. 16-year-old. He's also got a strong league background. Comes out of the Howick Hornets club, the under-18 side, won it 2 weeks ago. And now she's given a chance at FPC.
For a team that had a shaky start to the FPC, you know, going down to the Hawke's Bay Tui, they've really grown leaps and bounds. And I guess having the injection of their Black Ferns return last week has just brought a heap of confidence to this team. Would you say, Taylor Curtis?
Yeah, absolutely has. It's given them a chance to mix in with that talented group. And it's just the fact that all of them are leaders in their own right as well. You've got Maya Kawana Kalani that got given the captaincy of the Black Ferns for one of the games, as well as Leona Mikele too. Well, she leads with her actions, and then you've got co-captain Ruahei Dumont. They're all filtered through this Auckland side, and you can see they look very well balanced and across the game plan.
So 1.5 minutes to go for Counties Manukau, and I'll be disappointed with this as winding up is Danielle Fessolite, the 16-year-old. I mean, seeing these teenagers at this level rubbing shoulders with Black Ferns and Japanese internationals, Tongan internationals, Samoan internationals, outstanding.
Looks like they're going to, Counties Manukau are going to go for the line.
Well, points difference really could be a defining thing for them with how close everything is at the moment in the Farah Palmer Cup.
Auckland on the mark. Yeah. That's better.
One last roll of the dice for the Counties Manukau Heat. Leuta out the back finds Birch. This is accurate, and they've gone back to what's worked for them so well in other games, and that is their line out. They get some go forward finally.
Okay, use it now, use it. Stop 35.
But they've been told to use it.
Yeah, use now, stop.
And
stop.
taking a long time to use it, but they've got it. Watene gets the ball out. Heavy contact again from
No hands.
Arakua.
Step.
And they're going to go to the pick and go, and it's worked for them before, as Les Alda has said. The siren sounds here at Navigation Home Stadium in Pukekohe. So Counties Manukau, well, they won't get the win today, but they want to have the last say in the game, and they've got another penalty.
This is the part of their game where they are the strongest. It's probably where they haven't really
What are you guys doing?
utilised
You want
this
that
weapon of theirs, their pick and go.
Scrum called.
They've called the scrum.
So Counties Manukau with the scrum about 7 metres out from the line. And options in that back line, Taylor Curtis.
They do. They got plenty of option. Mirirangi Paul here on the right side. She's giving some words with Cheyenne Thompson as well. Just to stay wide and engaged in this one.
Big push coming in from Auckland. The reserves doing them some justice. As here comes Harakua, gives it off to Kitson. Strong carry from Kitson.
No, the ball's there, yep.
Watene pleading with the ref for a penalty, doesn't get it, but they're just a metre from the line now. Counties Manukau, can they end this game with a bang? Tearing it, cut just short.
Short. Step blue.
Just centimetres now. Watene gets the pass out. Skip out pass, and again that has been the story of the night for Counties, but Ruby Tui's going to tuck her head down, and it's been knocked on as well. And still wanting to play on are the Auckland Storm. France Bloomfield says, I've had enough but can't find touch. So Ruby Tui, no doubt she wants to have a go. Gets the pass out to Antonio. Well, they've got space out on the edge if they can find some speed, and Mataroa can't hold on to it. It's a comedy of errors at the moment for Counties Manukau. Vahakolo, she wants to have a run. And France Bloomfield doesn't make the mistake this time. Finds a touch, hands on knees all around. And after 80 minutes, well in fact 84 minutes, it is Auckland who get the win, 37 points to 10 over Counties Manukau.